All right, everybody, we are just moments away from starting up the finals match. We have Lonnie Kenna facing off against John Duell, and this is going to be a very interesting one. To my left here is Mr. Steven Singer.
Yeah.
Singer, there we go. He just played John to determine who was going to make it to the finals, and he didn't quite make it, but
I got fourth.
you put on a heck of a show. Yeah, that was a fun match to watch, man.
We're just gonna have to watch out for those planeswalkers that he's got, man.
Yeah.
Holy crud.
Yeah, and that was kind of spooky. We didn't see the 1 mana drop at the end, so when John scooped, we assumed that you had gotten him with something, and we called it wrong. So we went into the second game thinking that you were ahead, and whenever we saw you put everything back in the box, we're like, wait a second, what did we see? What didn't we see?
What did we miss?
Yeah. But that was a fun game, man. I thought you had him for sure.
He thought I had him, so that's all that counts, right?
Yeah. Okay, Lonnie is again playing green-white, and John is going to be playing green-red here.
Green-red super friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is gonna be a tough matchup because he's metagamed against red, and so I'm not sure how this is gonna work out against a green-white.
Yeah, I don't know. You say metagamed against red. I don't know if that's going to really come into factor here against Lonnie, because he's got a lot of hurt there, and no matter what color you're playing, it's going to hurt. There's nothing you could do with 2 Stormbreath Dragons, and that's happened twice now already. Yeah.
Well, actually, I played him my first game. That was the one I lost against first time, and
Lonnie
he's just got a big wall that he puts up really quick.
You talking about Lonnie or John? Okay.
Lonnie. I played both these guys.
Mm. Did you lost against Lonnie as well?
It was I think that was actually a 2-1. I actually got him once. Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't gotten swept at all.
No.
You've been in it for the fight.
Yeah.
Every match. Well, that's cool to see, man.
Just always a believer of being a thorn in one's side until the very end.
Oh man, Lonnie's getting his wolves ready. John's ready to cut. It's actually interesting. The guy that Lonnie beat to get to this potential second place here, or rather to get to the finals, actually had beaten Lonnie in the round before, or was it 2 rounds ago? And then Lonnie came back. It was 2-1. He had lost, and Lonnie just played him again to determine who's going to go to the finals, and Lonnie swept him 2-0. So you can never count him out, that's for sure. And he's put on a lot of really memorable games today. Yeah, I don't know if you saw his match against Levi. I think it was our second game that we did, but it was so cool. Game 3 was one of those Magic games that'll make somebody a fan if they're not already.
Right. It's always that third round that things get interesting, because then you get into that group of people that are about the same level as you, and those are intense. Your hands sweat. You're shaking. I twitch a lot about that round. Yeah, it's bad. You start making your slip-ups.
All right, Lonnie's off with a familiar start here. 1 planes. So John is dropping a gate. He's going to scry. Oh, sorry, that's not a gate.
He's like, nope, don't want that.
Okay, taking 2 and another one right on top of that. So
I'm telling you,
Lonnie's
man,
deck
that
is
wall
fast. Yeah,
just gets up and gets going.
Lonnie's deck's real fast, and it's very resourceful as well. He's able to do quite a bit of different things to really get a good balance out
That
there.
scavenging ooze, man. Green White's been doing really good this season, though. So
Okay. They trade creatures. and another drop right on top of
Wow.
that. Let's zoom in here.
What is that?
That is the.
No.
I can't read the name, and I don't recognize the card type. I know we played it earlier.
You're not a great player unless you can tell by the picture, right?
Yeah. I am far from a great player.
Another dual land.
And another ooze on top of that.
Oh, I need 8.
Alrighty. Yeah, hang on. I could turn on their mic for a second. Yeah, so we should be able to hear what they're saying.
Pelucranos right off the bat there. Holy crap.
Okay, Lonnie, it looks like appears to be checking his hand here, seeing what he's going to be able to do against Pelucranos. Okay, he looks like he is going to pass.
He's wanting to keep those up for defense. That Pelucranos is something you don't want to leave up for open for swing.
Is Pelucranos 5 strength?
Yeah, I think it's a 5/5 with some crazy other abilities. I can look it up real quick. Pelucranos World Eater. It's a 5/5. Ooh.
Ooh, we just made Pelucranos monstrous. And in response,
Becomes monstrous. It deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures.
interesting. So in response, John or Lonnie gained 2 toughness there, and that's going to keep those creatures up, or rather negate the attack from John.
Oh. Looks like we got a Hydra fight here. It's like I'm watching Hercules. All we need is a heroic human to come out. Up there it is. He's got that super friends coming out. It's gonna get nasty. Yep. That pit fight
John's
ability.
planeswalker right there. He can cause his creatures to fight other creatures. So he. Ooh.
And then ate his Pelucranos. So at this point, all he has to do is every turn pit fight Pelucranos with another creature, eat the creature, you know, and he's got 2 big swingers at that point.
Yeah,
Of course,
Lonnie's going to have to do something to get rid of that.
Any of those, the Scooge is this Ooze is going to keep his health up, and The Domri's just going to keep feeding the ooze, basically. Really wish I could see what was in their hands.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna have to get in there for next time.
Well, I know when I was playing, I kept my hand out underneath the camera for y'all.
That was nice.
No problem. Oh, that's a nice reply.
Very good.
Those guys are resilient.
Not bad for one drops, huh?
Right? I'm telling you, that green white is just a whole bunch of just a little wall of can't touch this. You know.
Oh.
Another one. I wonder if he's gonna pit fight it again.
You can hear John thumping his cards. It's funny. Yeah.
You know, that makes me think of is there's an unhinged card that every time you flick your cards, you can say, "Don't do that," and he has to discard his hand.
Nice.
It's like Mortal Kombat. Fight!
Ooh, Lonnie has no response for that fight.
Ooh, that's for a lot. Jeez. One of them 6 and the other one 7.
This is looking bad for Lonnie so far.
It's really...
That ooze is just too much.
Oh, yeah. And he's got the mana to feed it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, Lonnie is just on the defensive, and he's going to be for the rest of the game, unfortunately.
Ooh. I don't think Perforos is a creature. There's not a lot of red out there.
No.
But Perforos is going to be able to shock too each time those creatures come in. So there's
There's
a little method to that madness there.
Well, he's also a 6/5 indestructible.
Yeah. Once he becomes a creature.
Yeah, that's true. He does not have the devotion out right now.
Oof. This may be the last stand for Mr. Lonnie here.
Some crazy pull out of my rear white, heal myself for 20. X and 2 whites.
He's going ahead and shaking on it. That's game 1 goes to John. Wow. You know, that when that first started out, that seemed a lot more even, and then unfortunately the combination of the Hydra and the ooze just
That's
too
the thing
much.
about John's is just it's a steam train. You know what I mean? It just once it gets moving, it starts
can't
out
stop
slow,
it.
but once it gets moving, it's plowing through you. And
yeah.
if you ever get to that point where you have 2 or 3 creatures on his board, you're just on the defensive.
Whew. So John's taking game 1. I don't know. What do you think? You think Lonnie's got a chance if he sideboards the right way?
Well, like what I did against John, that seemed to do really well. So I put an act of treason. Now, Lonnie's running white, which means he can run Chain to the Rocks. Let's see if he's got that in his sideboard. Actually, he can't do Chain to the Rocks because he doesn't have mountains. Let's see here. God willing. Fiend Slayer Paladin. Selesnya Charms. Selesnya Charms would be amazing. It's got these big, beefy creatures.
Yep.
2, bam, gone.
Yeah, and I think he's running 2 in his main deck, so maybe those other 2 in there.
I mean, Advent of the Worm would be good to put in there. Just for a big instant blocker type deal. A little expensive to put out mana-wise, though. I mean, I just don't think Lonnie got what he needed that game.
Yeah,
I don't think
he had a pretty aggressive starting hand, but other than that, it was just like you said, a little too much to stop that train once it started moving.
Yeah.
Once the John train leaves the station, it's over. Yeah.
Honestly, I think those maps should be swapped around. I will say that top mat is the definition of the game going on right now, though. It's just Hydra on lion action there.
Yeah, these are the bottom one was last Star City Open Trials winning mat, and I think the top one is just one of the ones they have for sale here at War Dogs Gaming. The new mats though look really cool. Those are
I'm really glad I got one of those. Actually, I'm giving it to my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't have a playing mat. I've had a playing mat for
a while now.
A good while now, and I love my mat.
Yeah.
And you know, if I'll probably end up playing with the mat here and there, but it's really for her, honestly. So
that's cool. That's very cool.
Definitely be using the dice bag. I need one of those. You probably saw whenever I was playing, I had these little plastic cases. And they just get in the way.
Those Chessex cases?
Yeah.
I don't like
the cases are horrible. Dice, amazing. But
here we go. They're talking about you, Steven.
I think they're talking about my deck right now.
No, they are, yeah.
Yeah, at one point during my game, you hit me with that Perforos God of the Forge, and I was like, well, I guess I'll block with my Boros.
Yeah, that was that was awesome.
And he was like, okay, well, I'll take 3. I said, no, your dude did 6 damage to me. It doesn't care when it's dead. That's a 6 total.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping he buffed himself a little bit more. Block!
Now, that's interesting. How would that work if you would have given Perforos Trample? The damage after the 3 would have then gone on to you?
Well, yeah, because then you assign lethal.
Right.
So you'd be like, up to 3, that's lethal, the remaining 3 to you, which is really cool, because if he had able to give him Death Touch as well, because that's also, there's also a green one, it's a Viper with Blood Rush, can give him Death Touch for a turn, he could have given 1 damage to the Boros Reckoner, counted it as lethal, and then the remaining would have hit me.
That makes sense.
Used to play a Blood Rush like that, actually.
Nice. Yeah, they could use Nelia's bow, too, for something like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I once hit someone for 18 with a Arbor Elf.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's great when a little weenie like that just roid rages like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. That's actually what I called that deck. It was a
Roid Rage?
Yeah, I called it Roid Rage.
Nice.
That's actually why I still have those Rebel Belt Makas.
Sweet. All right, looks like we're almost back here. John's finishing his shuffling.
Alrighty,
He's
then.
finishing his, and we're going to go here to game 2.
Depends on what type too. I think I won against Standards are probably like 20 and probably sealed and stuff.
Again?
Can you turn off the background?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's people playing an NES game in the back.
Yeah, that part's not going through the stream at all.
Oh, it isn't?
We're just hearing it in our headphones.
All into my ears.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, we're getting our final cuts here. Best of luck to both of these guys here in Game 2. This has been a fun series to watch so far. Again, John taking Game 1 pretty decisively, but you never count Lonnie out. If you remember when Lonnie faced against Levi, he lost that game 0-20. And he did not touch Levi once, and then came out and just absolutely clobbered him in the next game.
There's that opener again. No, I wonder if
that is going to be a Soldier of the Pantheon, is what that card is.
Now, if I remember right, if you target him, he's got enough heroic ability, if I remember right. Let me look it up real quick so I don't sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I don't think he is a heroic.
There's got to be something special.
He definitely got a lot of text on that card.
Yeah, I know it's not flavor text because no one in their right mind plays just flavor text.
Just a fan of the arts at the end of the day.
All right, it's protection from multicolored. And hold on, there was something else. My Star City Games kind of app just croaked.
This is so far a very, very familiar hand. Or start out. Got another Hydra out. We have the Soldier of the Pantheon. And if we see an ooze here, Lonnie better take off running. Okay.
I'll just Google it.
Okay, looks like John has decided to go ahead and take the 2 damage, so he's going to go down to 16. And he's going to exile a card.
Alright, protection from multicolored. Whenever an opponent casts a multicolored spell, you gain 1 life.
Oh, sorry, that's the Scavenging Ooze, not the Hydra.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what he did was actually consume his fallen creature, gained a little bit of life back, while putting a counter on the Hydra, or sorry, the Ooze.
Ah, there's that Domri. It's definitely irritating card. And then I'm gonna eat it.
Now, what's the mana cost on the Devour ability?
I think it only costs 1 green.
Okay.
It's definitely been
Ooh,
an
we got a
irritating.
Johnny out.
Ooh.
Caller of the Pride. I like a Johnny Caller of the Pride. This is a good card.
Yeah, those Johnnies are definitely one of the higher sought for planeswalkers out there. Then Scavenging Ooze, though, has been a thorn in player sides for quite some time now. And Jund decks, anything with green in it, they've got Ooze.
Okay, so Lonnie takes out the other Planeswalker. That Ooze is going to consume some things. So that thing, the more that thing eats, the bigger it gets, and he's also getting health back for that as he plays.
Oh yeah, irritating. You gotta shock it before it gets any bigger, and unfortunately he's playing white-green, which means his removal spells are kind of lacking.
Is that Scavenging Ooze from the N14 set?
I think so. Let me see here. Sets and legality. Say,
Oh, we got a Stormbreath Dragon out there on the field.
yeah, M14, it came back out.
Oh, and all that damage done to a Johnny.
Dang.
As quickly as he came, he had to leave, unfortunately.
Choo choo. Storm Breath Dragon, man.
Oh, Lonnie leaving himself
Wide open.
open for an attack, but you see how he moved his man over? He's about to do something.
Ooh. See, that's nice because all John is playing with is big boys. So the experimental one just means that he's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Because he's going to evolve, right?
Yep, he's got to evolve. And there's a ratchet bomb on the board. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he just played that ratchet bomb with his other 2 mana.
So hopefully he can get that a little bit bigger and then...
There's Perforos.
Well, that's going to be immune to the ratchet bomb, unfortunately.
He's going to get that shock for 2. Perforos is one of my favorite gods in the set. He's just... That 2 damage ability is just so nice.
Oh, and let me tell you, it's great when you're playing, like, with that mono red, with that low mana cost creatures, just pumping them out.
One of the nastier uses of Perforos I've seen is with Master of the Waves.
Oh,
and just
young Pyromancer.
Yeah.
Anything with it. You could, I mean, if you could somehow splash them into a populate deck.
Yeah, oh goodness. That ratchet bomb may not go off in time to help Lonnie out.
Well, he'll be able to take the ooze out with it. And I'm not sure what that other green card is. So many photos. Really hard to remember them all.
Something happened to John's die.
It's on the fritz.
There we go. 18 to 10.
That could be an Elvish Mystic.
He's getting a little life back here.
I think they're just staring at each other at this point.
I just don't want to take another turn. Okay, looks like he is going to bring the Ratchet Bomb up to 2 counters, which is enough to get rid of that ooze, right?
Yeah. Definitely. He's going to have to get it up to 4 to get rid of that Storm Breath. It might be enough to get rid of whatever that other green card is, too. I think that's a mana ramp card. I think it's an emissary, honestly.
Oh, he just made the Storm Breath Dragon monstrous, and in response... Oh, looks like we got a creature come out in response with Flash.
Yeah, something.
John's really using that ooze in these 2 games against Lonnie. Big swing.
He's just going to feed the ooze.
Down to 1 hit point. This looks like this is going to be GG.
Unless he pulls out that, you know, X and 1 white. Heal me for 20 white card. You know.
There's always that.
There's always that.
Okay, looks like Ratchet Bomb's going to go off, but unfortunately I don't see anything.
Well, he could block this. Oh no, the Storm Breath is
fire.
fire.
Yeah, and looks like Lonnie is going to go ahead and concede. So that leaves John Dool, our champion of champions. Yeah, it leaves him in first place. I think Lonnie's going to go ahead and take second there. I believe that's how this format's going to go.
Yep,
And I'd like to again thank everybody for watching these games. Hope you guys had a good time watching. Again, if you want to check them out, they will be on YouTube very soon. And again, the frame rates are going to be a lot better there. I'd like to thank Steven for commenting on these finals.
Oh, definitely.
Thanks
It's
for taking
it
the
was
time.
a blast.
Thanks for entertaining while playing. That was always good. And we're going to go ahead and shoot some more stuff around the shop and get these guys getting some of their cool prizes. So, again, if you in the San Angelo area, stop by War Dogs Gaming. It's 101 Paint Rock Road, and that's right near the old Lone Wolf Bridge. So,
You know, it's the only shop in town that sells singles.
it's the only shop in town that sells singles.
Only shop in town that sells singles. There's 3 shops off the Air Force Base, and unless you are in the military,
What about that place on the mall?
no, they don't sell singles.
They don't sell singles.
No,
Interesting.
They got good prices, but honestly, War Games is better prices. Sell singles. The staff is really friendly, and I don't think I'd go anywhere else, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely a good place to call home if you're a gamer here in San Angelo. So come by, check them out, tell them Let's Level Up sent you. And again, as always, thank you so much for watching, and game on.